Is just 7 miles away from Venezuela. Alright, so we wouldn't be going out to the Gulf, we're going into the sanctuary where we will see all the Scarlet Ibis coming back to roost on the mangrove islands after feeding all day long. So they leave the islands and they feed on the crabs, and this is how they get their red color. And then they come back to sleep on the trees, and this is when we see them this afternoon. Alright, this is the main attraction. But we've been seeing flamingos here for the past 7 years as well. So flamingos and Scarlet Ibis are the main attraction. But in Caroni Swamp, they've documented over 180 different species of birds.
Wow.
Common as you go along, you'll see blue ones. These are herons. These black ones are going over annies, smooth annies. We also have egrets, herons, non-avian species. We'll be looking out for snakes, caimans, iguanas, silky anteaters, and raccoons. Ethnic groups. So you have the Hindus are about 30%, and they do rituals close to the water. So this flag, there is a ritual by a Hindu person. But not all Indians are Hindus.
Is it ready-made puncheon? Is it a ready-made rum punch?
Yeah, it's ready-made.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I saw it in the...
There's a lot of spices in that as well.
Yeah.
There's nutmeg and lemon and
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah.
I've seen it in a store. I'll buy some now.
yeah, you can.
some.
It's duty free. It's duty free. You can get it traditional rum punch. Grapefruit, orange, all sorts of stuff. The Ibis red. Carotene what shows that brilliant blue color. Carotene what enhances yellow. Any color. Carotene would enhance. But we had the Amerindians here before, so we call them the first people, and we still have first people in here. If you follow our history and culture, you would know most of the names in Trinidad, like Tunapuna, Aruca, Arima, all those are Amerindian names. Then the Spanish came, and then you have a lot of Spanish influence with the way some of the homes are built. And then the French came afterwards. So you have the French colonial style buildings and stuff like that. If you go to Port of Spain, you will see that.
What's the problem of the French people?
Yeah, we. We all about. So the British took over in 1797, and when they came to Trinidad, slavery was abolished a couple of years after, in 1838, and then nobody wanted to work, and they had to bring in indentured laborers, and this is when Indians came from India, Chinese came as well, some Portuguese came. So if you look at what I'm saying, it's a big melting pot of over 5-6 different kind of cultures in one, Trinidad. Alright? The British came, and the British introduced the sugarcane and rice, and more or less. The French introduced the coffee and cocoa. Cocoa came from St. Martin, the French countries, right? And they were doing well. The main economy driver was sugarcane at one time, and then cocoa. And then they found oil, and then everything else went down. But the British put in this here in 1920. It was part of a sluice gate system to irrigate this area for mascardinal. Look at this bird in front, guys. You see it?
No.
Where there? Black and white bird with red head.
I see you. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, guys, look at owl. Owl. I'll show you. Guys, lucky today, you've seen a lot of small birds or rhizophora. To identify rhizophora, it's simple. They have all those prop roots at the base, and they have aerial roots. Roots that come from on top. Aerial roots.
Yeah.
The red mangrove.
Yeah. Look at it then. First, the roots create, they become land builders by slowing down the heavy movement of silt, and along the coastline, they will form a buffer against the wave to prevent land erosion. So they're important in here as well as out in the Gulf. In Caroni Swamp, we have over 40 square miles of wetlands, considered to be one of the best in the Western Hemisphere. Mangrove wetlands store more carbon dioxide than terrestrial forests. They improve water quality. They form nurseries for fish, shrimp, and other species, aquatic species. It's called a tree climbing crab.
A tree climbing crab.
Aye, aye.
Oh, he bites.
Tree climbing crab?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Ah, ow!
Good spotting.
You want to bring the snake in the boat?
Yeah.
No.
I'll grab it. Are you serious? You're gonna go.
Starts with a flower, that's up here. And then the fruits get huge, they ripe, or somebody pick them, they eat them, or they fall into the ground. This one stays on the tree, and the seedling germinates inside of it. And when the seedling is about 15-18 inches long, they fall into the water like that, pierce, and they grow. So when you see how that looks dense, it's because other trees went down there and grew. We're going into the swamp and you see big mangrove islands. After some time, these red mangroves become big mangrove islands because the silt that moves around beneath there, it deposits and it causes firm ground, and then they have a mangrove ecosystem. So we'll see that as we go along. So the red mangrove, you could say, is viviparous. They germinate the seedlings on the tree and then it falls in. But look at how much seedlings floating. They didn't stick.
Termite pests.
Remember, termites are part of the food chain here as well. Plus, they help remove the rotten trees, and then the silky and it just feed on them. Yeah, I'll tell you why. The mangroves look taller here. They do well in out in the Gulf they're very short, and in here they're very high. We know this, so probably the breeze one, probably the nutrients they get from the brackish.
Okay. And they're really tall.
Is that the same snake?
Same.
What was it called again?
Coralis Russian burger or cooked street boar. I've seen them over 10 feet. by now, red mangroves took over mostly everything. But look at this one here. On your left, this is called black mangrove or Avicennia. Look at the roots, it stick up like spikes.
Yes.
We call them snorkel roots or breeding pneumatophores. This species of black mangrove or Avicennia has the tendency to desalinate the salt water.
Whoa. Thank you.
Okay, be careful there.
Buzzards or vultures?
They are red. Oh, they've been used.
For sure.
Yeah, it's shallow.
So you've got the birds nesting and you also got ibis there?
There's a roosted.
Will he stay or is he going to fly away?
No, he might stay if we remain quiet.
Yeah.
All fingers inside. Twigs to build a nest. To build a nest, they fork of a branch. They use twigs and they drop it and tie it together.
I think I read on your brochure the four feathers.
Four primary.
Yeah.
All those birds were always coming to that same spot. There was so much bird.
Look at that, more come.
25 years life.
Really?
Remember, when they hatch out from the egg, they are black. Takes them 2.5 to 3 years to get scarlet. From black, grayish on the parts, brown, pink, scarlet in 2.5 to 3 years. They need the carotene, crabs, shrimp, fish, marine worms. That is how they get red. From what they feed on.
And are they monogamous?
They're not monogamous. They change their mate every season.
Oh, okay.
I think that contributes to a long life.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Yeah.
Bye bye. Thank goodness my wife is not on this boat.
Yeah. Yeah, but it works for the women as well.
Yeah.
Big talk for a man who's wife.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you know, we have a little Yorkshire. It was fascinating to me, and now they're breeding these dogs, trying to make them different kinds. So you can get all silver, all red, really strange for Yorkies. I wouldn't think so, but you know, it's like all these doodle dogs.
Pilots, they're breeding them for teacups.
Really tiny ones. Usually there's toy, miniature of standard, and now they call them teacups. There really isn't such a thing, but They breed them really tiny because these teenage girls want little tiny dogs.
What is the reason for it?
Yeah. And look, they fly low, but the ibis are up high.
I'm sure we can do stuff.
All those white ones are
And
areas,
they
guys.
kind of disappear, except for that one that has been saved.
Yes, they go into the trees and eat the
Probably
ibis.
died. Time like this, or do they
Sometimes they all lift off us. Yeah, we do an early morning tour as well, 5 a.m. Yeah, so they go and feed in the entire swamp. What they feed on is what gets them red. Crustacean, crabs, shrimp, fish, marine worms, algae. And nesting season is from April to October. Once two birds pair off and they mate, they start collecting twigs. They build a nest on the top of the branches in groups.
Do they do it here?
No,
or
they
other
go
places?
further in hiding.
Oh,
They wouldn't build a nest out in the open like this.
oh, okay.
They use about 40 pieces of twigs. They use their drop-ins to tie that together. An average of 3 eggs are laid. Incubation period is about 26 days.
Wow.
When birds hatch, they're all black. It takes them 2.5 to 3 to get this color. And they can live way beyond 18 to 25 years.
Why do the white ones, they always go inside? Because you can't see them. You can see them flying and then they kind of hide.
They're smart.
See that?
Yeah. Yes, that's
So
what
they
I
will
was.
target the red ones only.
Yeah.
It's a camouflage. You have to remember it's a camouflage.
Yeah,
So
but why do the
you
white
would
ones
see
not do it?
you would see the white at night,
Yeah.
but you wouldn't see the red at night.
Yeah, right next to
So the Scarlet Ibis became our national bird in 1962. And since then they've been totally protected. But a movement to get them protected started way before that, in the early 40s, as I mentioned, by my granddad. And then when he passed away, my father took on and made sure that the family legacy would be carried out. And exactly what he did, he aligned himself with every organization that would deal with the protection of wetlands and the environment of avian species. And he got the President Medal for 65 years of conservation with Trinidad and Tobago. And he, when he died in 2015, they renamed the swamp after him.
Oh.
Yeah, the swamp is now known as Winston, Nanan, Caroni Bird Sanctuary.
Oh, that's cool.
So myself and my siblings, we're making sure that the legacy is carried out. We try to educate people as much as we can on the trips. We still have a program where we rehabilitate people in the area. So we invite hunters to change their ways, join our team, and work with us for a good salary, so that they wouldn't need to hunt the birds to sell them again, things like that. So we're doing stuff like that to make sure that the birds survive. Remember, it's our national bird. It's not an endangered species because there's hundreds of thousands of them in the world. South America has a lot of them, but it's our national bird in Trinidad, and we have to protect them. Yeah? All right?
So do you have sons and daughters that are coming up in the family?
I have daughters.
You think they'll be tour guides like you?
They will have to. Well, later on. My big daughter is studying medicine. She's in medical school. And my small daughter, she is doing environmental science. So that would be the field. Yeah?
Do you have more children?
I need to get more.
It's a non-conformist.
But you know what? They kind of stand up like that, and then they shrink down and they're gone.